transition for this. The battle over upon him. There's no help coming in for Kyiv, so will manage to get.
To helping them bring down Bach as well, and now they will have the damage as long as the cores of TNC do not have BKB available. One charge left.
Nah.
Though. I like this by Gabby. Usually, if you think the opponent's only way back out on the map is boots of travel, you want one core with kill threat to also have boots of travel of their own to make sure you shut that down.
No, for sure, yeah, and Gabby, an excellent one to do it, having that catch potential up top. Liquid setting up behind Mickey there, maybe preparing for a move to be made onto the Void, but it isn't coming here from TNC. TNC themselves close together as a unit around the mid lane.
I wonder if there's ever going to be a Shiva's Guard coming out from Liquid. I guess it would probably be Sumail after the MKB. I'm just thinking of heal reduction. They don't have a Scotty builder per se. After the Maelstrom, Mickey could consider it, but it looks like he's worried about his own life before he's worried about taking the opponents as he queues up the Satanic. I don't blame him. We're seeing what's happening in the fights. He's also getting called. He's not generally getting stunned. So that means the Satanic goes up in value.
Oh, for sure, yeah. If Mickey can play to the survivability elements of the hero, he's going to have a chance of sort of pushing on, being that frontliner for Sumail to sit back.
Time is money.
Multiple rounds of his abilities off it in the team fight. And we'll see what TNC's move is going to be next, as they're now back to building up that lead again. When sort of the calm returns in between these two sides, TNC still able to clean up the map much more efficiently than Liquid can right now.
I never thought I'd see the day where both supports on the same team have a holy lock it up. Phoenix and the Enchantress.
It's true, that item used to be a bit of a meme, but indeed no longer. No longer at all, especially on these two heroes that do have that strong healing-based spells to really buff up.
Yeah, the fact that you can give the charges to someone else just makes it that much more insane. Because the guy you don't want to focus these heal supports in the back because they're also so beefy themselves. So your goal would be to put it all on one guy, but then they're also able to put all their heals on one guy.
Yeah, and especially when the heroes that you're backing up as Tims and Boomy are, as beefy as they are, you're always going to get the chance to get those clutch saves off onto Bok and Gabby. Already with a lot of inbuilt sustain themselves. These are not easy heroes at all for Liquid to kill, as we have seen so far this game. The struggles have been real for Liquid, only really getting a chance to capitalize on the over-aggression of TNC. Outside of that, Liquid not being able to make too many moves themselves.
A Centaur alone is a huge threat because it just means the opponent sees you. And Liquid has that one ward to work with in their own triangle and also the one ward near mid tier 2 of Dire. But here we see Mirana ulti. This is the information game I was talking about. Hopefully Liquid can use it to their advantage right now as they are down by 10k. Roche going to be spawning quite soon.
Let's see if Liquid can get them by surprise. Boomy gonna head up. She's gonna be there. Boomy's gonna see everything. He'll die for this. As Liquid just quickly, they just take the Enchantress's life. They know that he would be giving the info for the rest of the team, so just take what they were given. Does mean, of course, though, for TNC overall, they'll be rather happy with that one. Only losing an Enchantress to this move that Liquid were.
Re-smoke.
You're welcome! Execution style!
He's been pretty deep. He's going to get the chance to easily pop that BK. Liquid, what do they do now? They've sort of revealed themselves on a second attempt onto Bok. They're still hanging around the area. Liquid, they've got to start backing off. Even against just the 4 of TNCs, it's very hard for Liquid to make moves.
Super late Roche spawn, and Liquid's like, come on, give us a break here. 20 seconds on the Enchantress. That is the target that TNC purposely offered up, as Liquid's quite familiar with the role of the Enchantress on the map at this stage in the game, as you use your creep as well as your own body to face check wherever you think the opponent may be coming from.
Tower ain't a pretty sight right
you can
now.
See that Liquid knows exactly how impactful that Enchantress kill was, where they needed to smoke again to feel like they got enough out of it. As now it's TNC's turn, Enchantress is respawning, will most likely be able to connect to the fight. Probably going to try to de-ward around the area that he did get ganked. Pretty smart of him to help set up for the Roche. The thing about Liquid's lineup is they don't take Roche particularly fast, so TNC is now setting up on bottom, assuming that someone on Liquid is going to feel pressured to go defend and push out the bottom lane. Most likely would be Sumail, because he's the one with boots of travel that would be able to rejoin the Roche area. And this axe, these axe illusions,
Radiant's top
so
tower's in bad
valuable.
shape.
You can't put a gold value on heroes that can clear waves. All 3 waves, like Naga and Terrorblade, are generally the only heroes that can do it before this axe carry without having to put themselves at risk at all.
I think one of the great things as well about the axe carry is, let's be honest, Brian, would you rather be playing axe carry, Naga, or Terrorblade? No, axe for the fun factor, for the player, axe has got to be at the top of the list.
Radiant's mid tower's getting banged up.
I purposely took this patch as an excuse to finally get to play max carry in those party queue games, and I still thought it was a meme even though it worked, but apparently it is not.
It's looking very good here. Up to 19k net worth, some insane farm. Oh, Gabby Sumail! He steps out to clear a wave, they're ready, and waiting to get the jump on him straight away.
Radiant structures must have been fortified.
Exactly what they're waiting for. They were so patient. Like, Liquid sees 2 heroes top, and TNC was still patiently waiting for him.
Oh, Boomy. We'll catch him. TPs are coming in. Boomy, he's still alive.
Radiant's
will drop the chrono. He's caught on Emma. Already got the BKB. He's got the refresher up. Literally no damage, Brian. Literally no damage done throughout the direction of that chrono. Armel to full HP. And Winter's Curse down for 1. Gabby, he's in with a call. Here calls Sumail. Got Sumail on speed dial. Come on, Sumail just down the action. He brought back for that as well. Mid-gate's dead. Sumail down for 90 seconds. He's not making it out either. Gabby's still got credit to play with as he makes another. Takes down. 4 of them here. It's 15k lead now for TNC. After a fight like that, Liquid's going to be sort of licking their wounds, and I don't think they could do much more than that, Brian.
Yeah, this game was consistently one fight away from TNC just breaking open the map once again, as they kind of had to recover what they lost diving the tier 3 towers. And you can just tell when TNC sees a target, this bottom, you go on them, they die. When Liquid sees a target, maybe you have 4 heroes and you're not sure if they're gonna die. And that just never, it's almost impossible at this level of play when one team's executing on that much easier of a minimum threshold to kill somebody comparatively.
Radiant's bottom tower ain't a pretty sight right now.
We go straight up to the base. Still 30 seconds, no Sumail.
Nature
Mikhail will be back up, but of course no chrono. And even when that's there, as we've seen,
coming apart.
not a whole lot to be done with it whatsoever. How far behind Liquid are is
Radiant's
TNC.
bottom ranks.
Let's bottom up. Gabby's in again. Another catch, another
How
kill.
about
Insane
that?
is out. I mean,
Dyer's
they're going to have to probably
Make
call it
Radiant's
soon.
bottom
Otherwise,
ranks.
no, Gabby's
It's
still.
done.
They're going to shoot.
Radiant's
It'll
mid
do fair.
tower could use a hand.
What are they doing?
Yeah, that's going to be calling
Radiant's
next.
mid tower's in trouble.
I think, yeah, you're probably right with that one. They're going to
travel
fight back here, but they've got to watch out for this ice quite. But wants to beat Gibby. They get the arrow onto Armel. Armel, of course, still has that Aegis. He'll be able to blow it up for once, but he's ready for round two. Gabby jumping into Sumail. Sumail this time walks through this. Wants to beat Gibby. Starts to turn. Use the
top
curse.
tower's in
Don't
bad
cut down
shape.
for Sumail. At the end of the day, that just stops. Damage to Gabby. Armel really gets the beat. Gibby to refresh.
Will not
Still
stop
alive.
us that
He's stepping
easily.
away. Armel, he's going to live. He's getting healed up by Boomy. They can't kill the TNC. They get silenced. They get scored. Coming in with the double buybacks here, Liquid. But TNC, they're continuing to roll. Gabby's in again with an encore. Tiger, Quite out of action. Big game as well. They've got to call it. They really have. And there it goes. GG. As
Radiant's
TNC
mid tower's
25
getting
to 11
what for?
32 minutes at
Radiant's mid
33k
tower could use a hand to
network
die
lead.
this time.
My goodness, they come in with another showstopper of a performance. And unfortunately for Liquid, Brian, I guess this is just kind of what we've come to expect to see from them here this major.